Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know, crazy, I'm doing more than one YouTube video in the span of a few months. Yes, it's because I've been really into this recently, so I was like, well, I might as well do what I want, right? Anyway, today I noticed that Garden Galaxy doesn't seem to get a lot of attention on YouTube, so I wanted to do a basic tutorial on things that it may not explain so well, considering the game is no longer continuing to update. Now, I'm sure there are Steam guides on how to do these things, but when I searched it up on YouTube, which is usually my go-to place for tutorials, they didn't seem to have any, so without further ado, let's get into it. Hi there everyone, on a quick side note, please don't forget to subscribe and maybe even check out some of the other things I do. One of them being my Basement Broadcast Steam group. It's somewhere where I kind of just post random things like reviews and maybe what's coming out in the next month game-wise. Anyway, thank you for watching and enjoy the show. I said show, I meant to say video. Okay, bye! So obviously, when you guys start out, this is probably what you're gonna see. Your little little friend here on a little island where once you put a coin in him, he will start to produce some random items. Now, the random items is really what I'm gonna talk about, as the game does have a tutorial on how, like, the basic mechanics are. Anyway, let's bring our little pot back to the main area, which is over here. Obviously, I do have quite a bit of things going on, but that's because I if you're searching up through this tutorial, I may have played a little more than you, which is fine. I'm not judging you, okay? So, as I have said, this game no longer comes out with new content. So if you're looking for a game just to relax and that's complete a game, this may be the game you might want to look at. Now, obviously the concept is we like to feed our little pot here. It gives us things when we pay it. So as you can see, I already have 19 things in here. They're probably mostly rainbow coins, as I enjoy gambling. So this is one of the items in the game that you can reach or get from a rainbow coin. So rainbow coins come usually from these little rainbow dudes. As of right now, I don't have any rainbow dudes on my island at this time, I don't think. Nope, I'm not seeing any rainbow dudes. So obviously, no rainbow dudes, that's okay. I gamble for a lot of my coins now. Anyway, so the gambling mechanic, you just put a coin into the dice, and you hope for more. Now, sometimes there is occasions where you will get nothing, and that's okay. Because obviously I've been pretty successful in my findings at this time. Now, as for these little guys, these are things you can also get. I'm assuming it's from the rainbow coin. I have not unlocked absolutely everything in the game, but that is okay. This you get from, yep, the rainbow coins. Okay, so I do have everything from the rainbow coins. Now, we are going to look through what everything does that I already have, just so that we kind of understand how things work and how to use it, because there are a few things in this game that are a little more confusing on how to use. So, these little guys are similar to like a gumball machine. You put coins in, and you get what is in it out. Now, the amount of things you get is you only are limited to 10 things. So if we take some of these rainbow coins here and we throw them into this little guy here, we are only going to get 10 of this item. Just like that. And then it'll switch. So now it is switched to a little burger patty there, which is another mechanic of the game. I don't think I currently have any of my little things out. The little, what are they called? The little burger stands. But I will bring one out just to show you what it does and how to use it. Now that I've explained these little gumball machines, so as you can see, I have a lot of them. That is because I've used one of these guys. Now the game does kind of explain to you what things do. But obviously, for this guy, you put something in it, it gives you a bunch of them out. So if I grab something I want, let's do this tile here. this is a tile I've started to collect because I'm kind of obviously expanding my island, and I maybe just want to use it in this little area here. So what we do is we grab this block, put it in the little guy, and it gives us a bunch more of that block. Now, this item does deplete after its use, so you will have to collect them, hence why I have so many sitting here. But don't worry, I do have spares because I've been collecting them. Now, I keep them up here just so that it's constantly giving them to me so I never run out. And another thing I tend to stockpile is storage, because storage seems to run out very fast. As you can see, I'm pretty organized with where I store things. So over here, it's like these piggy banks and those little things you can smash. And I think, yeah, so here, this is an important box. Let's bring that over here. And then over here, we have all our water-related things. So there's seashells, coral, things that you put in the water. And we'll put this in there too, because you know what? I want it over there, so that's where it's going. And also, I should put that little frog over there, but I like these little frogs. Anyway, so water blocks and water features, they all go over here. And over here we have all the plants. I have lots of plants. I've been kind of holding on to them. I've been figuring out what I want to do first before I place any plants. And over here, as you can see, there is a block area. This is my block storage. So in each single one of these boxes, there is a block set. Now keep in mind with your blocks, if you are collecting like this and you have it all in the same box, your block item limit, like your stack count, only goes up to 99. So you can only put 99 in a stack. So that's kind of why I separated it all, because I'm planning to collect a whole bunch of blocks. I don't think I have reached 99 in any of these boxes. Yeah, I don't think so. But I have reached 99 over here. So, if you look here, this is a stack in 99. That's as high as you can go. The only exception to this rule is if you're putting coins into your safe. Now here you can exceed the limit of 99, as you can see here. And this safe will fit all of your coins. So you can put as much in there as you want. I've not hit a limit yet. But, you know, there may be a limit of like 1,000 or so. You never know, but so far, I have not reached a limit. Now, you've probably been explained to of what these guys do by the game. I think it has a little tutorial bubble that pops up telling you, oh, if you do this, it does this, and if you do this, it does this, but I'll give you a little explanation anyway. So these guys, if I put something on this one, it means it will no longer show up in my pot. And if I put it on this one, then that means it's going to show up more. So that's why I have 9 of these things here. That's because almost every time I click this pot, one of these will come out with a rainbow coin, because that's where you get it. So specific items only come out for specific things. So these little guys will only come out with a rainbow coin. And like, say, I'm trying to look for a block here that I use a lot of. Well, it's okay, because we can just open our little book here and it'll tell us which coins produce which blocks. Now, these blocks, these white blocks, I tend to get them just from a bit of everything, and the rainbow coins can produce anything in this game. So any of these blocks can come from the rainbow coins. So this little pot here, and this is my pot, if I click it, that has a rainbow coin. So obviously I got a few things that are not all from the same, oh, I got a little tortoise. They're not all from the same group of coin, but they're all coming from a rainbow coin, which is why I got so many of these things. Oh, come here, little turtle. So over here, I have some, I think I could put, yeah. I have some animals. So at the moment, I'm kind of keeping them in these trash bins, which is, I know it's a little bit unethical, but there's a reason for it. It's because I'm not done designing my island, okay? Now, as you can see, I have a few animals around here. They're little tortoises, and I think I have a frog. Yeah, there he is. I think it's a toad, not a frog. And I think there's a turtle somewhere. I don't know. But they come with a little branch. So if you place that down, they'll spawn on top. you cannot turn off these animals, you can only remove them by putting them in a chest. Now, there is an exception, so for little branches like these with the little bugs, you can turn those ones off. So you can click them, and the bugs will turn off, right? Now, you can also do this with the beehives. So you see there's a bunch of bees around there, you click it, the bees are no longer present. So that's just a little thing, but you know, no harm in explaining it because, again, there's not a lot of tutorials on this game, which is kind of why I'm doing this video. There's plenty of things around here, obviously, like lots and lots and lots and lots of things, but we're gonna go grab my main chest that has most of the things in it that I will be explaining to you in this video. Most of these are pretty self-explanatory, and where they will explain to you what they do when they first pop up. Now, obviously you can forget, but a few of the ones that we want to talk about are these cauldrons here, as well as this cauldron, because this one can make you cry a little bit. So we're going to pull him over here. And then let's see, we're going to pull this box over here and anything else that's important. Let's see, I've explained these to you. I've explained the dice. I've explained these things, explained those. Most of these, they're more effects than anything. So you place it down, it comes with an effect. So I think that's really all that's important at this time. Now, obviously, you can't raise terrain without putting blocks underneath it. I thought I'd just put this in here because, well, it's kind of important to know because I didn't know at first and it frustrated me. These here, you can click to turn them off. So these fire pits, any of these fire pits. So this one over here, click it, turns on, click it, it turns off. As well as the house's lights. Click it, it turns off, click it, it turns on. Now, not everything has really like a click thing, obviously, as I click around. There's not a lot of clickability. However, you can stack trees to make them taller. So these trees over here, they're all stacked trees. So if I take this one down, it just becomes this little tree. We put it back up, it's a bigger tree. You can turn off candles, you can turn off all the lights, really. Anyway, let's go back to the focus at hand here. These 3 pots. So, let me grab this frog. He's a cute little frog. He's a nice little frog. He's an adorable little frog, okay? Obviously, we're gonna put him in these pots, just to see what he does. Let's put him in this one first. So, in this pot, it can either grow your item, I think, or shrink your item. Oh. So this oh, it gave me coal. Now, that's kind of what tends to happen if you're not careful with how much you use these. So, sometimes it's a dud. It'll give you something that you may not really want. So let's put that back in there. It made the coal bigger. Put this back. Oh, you can't make it prettier. However, this pot here, it gets rid of your items. So this is a trash bin. Now, I don't recommend using this at all because your items you can just trade back to the main pot. You can always put your items back into the pot where they came from in order to get more coins. And with this, it makes it so you actually are gaining rather than losing, which is kind of what we just did there. We lost that item and it's never coming back until we find another one. So I don't recommend using this pot. See this pot? Remember this pot. It could be your sworn enemy one day. Now, let's go back over here to our little section. Oh, we need another frog. You give me 1 second. I'm not as willing to sacrifice my mushroom, but I'll do it for you. Alrighty, now, obviously this one makes your frog look prettier. Put it in, it changes the effect. Put it in again, it makes them look cute. I really like the grassy frogs though, so I'm a bit biased. But if you like the plain one, oh, it gave us coal. But if you like the plain one, that's okay too. I kind of tend to stack my froggies like this. I did it around my little area here, so you can see some plain ones here and you can see some cute ones. Now, let's go back over here and we're going to take my mushroom and we're going to see if it works. Okay, so changed it to a brown mushroom and a red mushroom. Put it in here. It shrank the mushroom. Put it in again. It gave me coal. So obviously there's a bit of risk for your reward here. Just always make sure to have an extra item if you are desiring to keep that item, because that way you can duplicate it. So now that we know what these two pots do, we're going to put them over here because, you know, they gave me coal and that's kind of mean. Let's look at the swing sets and the teeter-totters. So these items are really basic, and as you probably saw when I was kind of scrolling over the map, I do have quite a few of these around. Obviously, the whole idea of them is your guests, your little guests here, your little spirit guests, come and they'll swing on the swing or they'll totter on the teeter-totter. And with these, you actually get coins. So if we go over to my little park area, obviously you can see everyone's having a good time, and all you have to do is click and they will give you some coins. All this item does, all these items do really, is attract guests to your park. And it's really nice because they always, obviously, they really enjoy giving us some monies. And monies are good because you can get more items. Now, let's see here. After those items, you have the bowl. Now, it probably explains to you kind of what this does, and you might have seen what it does in my areas here. But when you click on a person, it'll throw the coin into that bowl. Now, if you click on someone who is all the way in the middle of nowhere, they have nowhere to go, nowhere to throw, they will just plop that coin down on the ground or in the closest area. So if someone's in the middle of the water, which does happen, they'll probably just plop it onto this little plant or plop it onto that tree, because the coins can go on top of those items, just like so. Maybe not the plant as much, but yeah, you get the idea. They'll just plop it wherever they want. So these bowls, what they do is they make it so they always are throwing it in the bowl if they are close enough. Sometimes they are not close enough, and that's okay, but I don't think no, that guy's close enough. See? There you go. Anyway, the next item we're going to talk about is this. So this, similar to the swing set and the teeter-totter, is a market set. So little guys will come up here to purchase, well, they don't really purchase anything, they just kind of come to visit. So if we go over to my little market area here, that's what this is, this cute little area, you can see that someone is waiting in line at the market. All you do, once again, is you take a click, and they'll leave a coin for you and totter off. Now, let us see here. We've explained everything in this magical box, I think. Yep. The signs, I'm not explaining the signs. They're just kind of in here for storage purposes. Let's throw it back over here. Now, the other thing I wanted to chat about are the little food stands. Now, this is something that I was looking for a tutorial on when I first started playing this game. As you can see, it's a cute little grill, it's adorable, and let's wait for a customer to come by so I can explain what they do. Okay, so as you can see, a customer has arrived at our little venue stand here, and they're requesting that we give them a pear. So, we'll go over to our little food area, and let's look for a pear. So we grab a pear, and they give us some coins, and they totter off with a little bath. Oh, so cute. As you can see, they give us market coins. Now, these market coins is what are going to give us, These market coins are what are going to give us our food. So, as you can see in your little trusted book here, if you scroll down to the market coin, it says that you can get the markets. So this is one of the markets. Fulfill a visitor's order to earn market coins. And these are all the little items that you can get. Anyway, let's wait for another customer to see what the next person will order. All right, so as you can see, this man or woman or spirit, I usually call them spirits. I didn't mean to call him a man, my bad. Anyway, this spirit has ordered something a little more complex. So this is obviously a sandwich. He wants a sandwich. Now we have to go to our little boxes here. We gotta grab 2 slices of bread, of course. Hopefully he doesn't notice that they're on the floor. And then we gotta grab a piece of Salem. What? Sorry, got a little distracted from my cat. Anyway, we gotta grab a piece of ham, it looks like, and a piece of cheese. So let's grab a piece of cheese, and I think that's lettuce. Now, obviously, they don't really tell us what they want, right? So you can put your bread on one by one. You can put your little items on, or you can make it off of the thing. So let's just make this sandwich here. We'll grab all our stuff and put it all together, and look at that. We have a nice looking sandwich. Now all of these ingredients, just a reminder, will come from these market coins. So putting a market coin into your little pot is where you are going to get those market coins. Hey, leave them alone. 1 second. Sorry, my cat's a bit of a troublemaker. And we have free roam bunnies. So sometimes we need to herd him away. Anyway, let's give our friend the sandwich. So look at that. He gave us not 1, not 2, not 3, but 6 market coins from that. So obviously, having these little guys out are really good if you are looking to get some more coins. So let's put this away, as I do not yet have an area for this little market thing. I do want to make a little food court somewhere eventually. I'm just not sure where I want to put it. I think I'm going to keep it in this area here. Anyway, let's put these away. Put them, stack them, and put them in my little safe. So as you can see, I now have 78 market coins and 719 rainbow coins. We don't really talk about that though, because I just enjoy gambling. Anyway, let's go over here and we can take a little look at the area. We can take a little look at the block variations. So, here we go. So here's a little rainbow friend. Now, before you have the gambling feature, which is one of my favorite features, by the way, this is how you are going to obtain your rainbow coins. Now, this little guy with this rainbow little leaf head, we are going to click him and he is going to give us a rainbow coin. So, as you can see, there's a rainbow coin. Now, something I learned from a friend is if you put these coins onto one of these guys, they are more likely to spawn. I didn't know that, but he figured it out. So you know what? Shout out to my friend there for figuring out that you can use this little feature to get some more rainbow friends. Now, let's go back over here. So, as you can see, I'm elevating my area a little bit. So this looks like it's starting to go on a hill. And as you can see, this is 4 blocks high. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Not including this block. So if you include this block, it's 5 blocks. But this is how you are going to be able to add some depth into your buildings. Now, I'm pretty sure there is a limit to how high you can go. I think the limit's 10. And you can get those from your chests. So once you start to gain some materials, if you go over here and you click and hold, you can take out quite a bit of blocks. Now, this is as high, I think, as you can stack. Nope, it's not. Okay, that's as high as you can stack. So let's count how many are here. So that's 11 blocks. So you can stack 11 blocks high in this game, but that is the max. Now, there are some blocks that obviously cannot stack or cannot stack as high. So the trees, they have a limit to how high you can stack them. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So that is its limit. That's as high as I can stack that tree. So this tree is, let's see, 1, 2, 3. That is 4 trees stacked on top of each other. So that is as high as you can go for the trees. I don't think you can stack this on top of it. You can't stack anything on top of this. However, you can stack the tent on top of other things. So it's it's really just kind of selective, kind of what stacks on top of what. So like acorns, they'll stack on top of each other, they'll stack on other things, they'll stack on top of mushrooms. Like, it's pretty customizable what you can and cannot stack and where you can stack and stuff like that. Obviously, you can see I stacked my coal. Let's move this over here. Let's just give it back to the pot. Oh, look, and here we have another little rainbow friend. Now, as you can, as you can see, this is a block, and we caught it using a little fish trap. So this is another thing that you can get in the game, and if you place this inside of water, you can catch different items, which is kind of cool. It's a nice little feature. Sorry, had to fix my little rock stack here. Now we're just gonna let this rainbow guy dance for a little while because I am no need for more coins at this time. So we're just gonna leave him be at the moment. Oh look, and there's another rainbow guy. So that's just proof right there that putting your coins on top of these little guys will probably make it more likely for your rainbow guys to spawn. If you're willing to sacrifice a rainbow coin, obviously in the beginning of the game, maybe you're not as willing to sacrifice the rainbow coins to making more spawn, because once you put a rainbow coin into the pot, you're getting quite a bit of items. Now, if you put a regular coin in the pot, you're only likely to get one item at a time. So that's kind of why I prefer the rainbows. Now, however, something you can do is fill these little piggy banks. So obviously I have quite a few piggy banks and they do have a purpose, I just don't use them anymore. So I kind of just stockpile them in case I need something that maybe is more relevant at the time. So with these little pots, actually I can just show you. Let's see, let's grab a snowman. Let's grab a little snowman pot. So as you can see, we have our little snowman piggy bank. And we are going to bring our safe over and we are going to fill him to the brim with coins. So I'm assuming most people will have silver coins up at this point. And if you have gold coins, that's even better, as if you put 10 gold coins into the piggy bank, that is what's going to make it maxed. Now, obviously, it's not going to be as quick with silver coins or copper coins, but if you just throw 10 of these gold coins in there, it'll say, oh no, you can't put any more in here. So you know what that means? It's time to break our little piggy bank. And there you go. It gave us, let's look. It gave us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It gave us 10 coins. And these coins, obviously, are for the little frost pack. So as you can see, there's my snowman piggy bank, sorry. And here is what you can get from those coins. So I now have 10 frost coins and we're just going to throw them into our safe because I don't really need them at the moment. We're going to throw that in there too. Now for this little guy, this is kind of not, it's not a piggy bank, but it's similar to the piggy banks, I guess, in the sense that this is kind of filled with coins. And if you throw it into our pot, it gives us a bunch of different things. So it gave us a flamingo, a step stool, don't really know why. It gave us another piggy bank, so we'll put that in our box. We're gonna save that little toolbox piggy bank with all our others. And then as you can see, it gave us a lot of building blocks, which is awesome if you are looking for a specific type of building block. You can always look for the types of piggy banks or those little guys. I don't even know what these are called. They're also a type of piggy bank, I guess. But you just throw them in and it'll get you some random things. And that's kind of how you progress in this game. It can be a little, complicated at first, but once you really get the hang of things, I'm sure it'll be okay. Now, if you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments below and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. As I know this game is not as much of an active game anymore, and I don't think the developers are making any more updates at this time. But that's okay, because there are still people active in the community, and there are still people around that'll give you a helping hand if it's needed. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope this video was helpful in some way. because I really wish I had a video like this when I first started on this game, because I really didn't know what to do with anything, and it can be very confusing. Now, if you want another video on maybe more in depth of all the items that kind of come with it, then you let me know. But for the most part, I think for most of those items, you can really go into your journal and kind of grasp the idea of what those items are going to do for you. So as you can see, the camera applies a lens effect to the view. This umbrella makes it rain. So simple stuff like that. It'll tell you kind of what to do, what not to do, and it'll also let you take the effects off. So I don't want stars anymore. I took that effect off using this little menu right here. Now, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.